times more important than all of ours? Or do you think that you're like more valuable?
Now clock that type of tea.
That is rude. Don't be late 2 hours and make us wait. No, don't talk to me like that. Don't be late 2 hours.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Miami. When I tell you this episode kind of irritated me because I'm just looking at Julia like, girl, you can miss me with this shit. And Gertie, at some point, you don't have to be so fucking understanding. Yeah. But y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flame. And if you wanna play with me, you can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
This episode was pretty good. I still don't get why you guys are not watching it live, but I mean the streaming numbers are coming in, so it is what it is. Everybody's talking about it's gonna get canceled. I don't think it is. Well, we found out a little bit of tea.
Knew I didn't trust Stephanie, the new cast member of Real Housewives of Miami. Found this Reddit thread. Remember how Stephanie said the way she met Masood?
I met Masood at a Miami Heat game when I was 26 years old and he was 50.
She was actually Masood's ex-wife's assistant. That's how she met Masood. And then she had an affair with Masood and got her way into the company like that. Stephanie says she's been with her husband for 11 years, but he was officially divorced in 2019. Apparently, Stephanie legally changed her name to Masood's last name while he was still married. Stephanie and her husband are also being sued for $10 million that they allegedly owe a Miami real estate lender. His ex-wife and 2 daughters do not speak to him. Shoma Group was actually funded by his ex-wife's father. According to this Reddit post, what it appears like is Stephanie stole his ex-wife's life. Now, she wasn't really on my radar until she went on Watch What Happens Live, and this is how she answered this question about Gertie.
I just want to know why Gertie just wants to hold grudges. Like, just let it go.
So that caught my attention, and I said, let me look into this lady. And sure enough, she's not who she appears, which I think we all could figure out, right?
But wait, there's more.
It's happening. Like, why are we being followed? One of my castmates confessed to me that the other castmate had told her that she had hired a private investigator because she wanted to move from a friend role to a full-time role. And she felt like if she had this like secret, this secret, and she could like drop this bomb, that would be like the thing she needed to like level up her friend status.
That is wild. So wild, evil, vindictive. I can't. And that was someone did that to me.
And so I was starting to have a lot of anxiety filming because for me, I was like, these are not my friends. Well, at least not everybody. I'm not speaking about the whole cast. I'm speaking about certain members of the cast because Julia and I were very good friends. Adriana, Gertie's one of my very, very good friends. Lisa, like I had beautiful friendships with some of these women, but some of them were really antagonistic and were really out for blood or for, you know, this aha moment.
The reason why Dr. Nicole didn't want to come back was because of a toxic work environment, you know, that key phrase. But one of her cast members wanted to be full-time, so they felt like, oh, we got to dig up some dirt on Dr. Nicole to really, you know, gag this bitch. So with that being said, you know, low-key people are calling out for Marisol. They're like, oh, Marisol, you was over here, da 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 da. And it kind of makes sense. I don't think Adriana had that much beef to do that. And I feel like Marisol thinks that she will be full-time. For me, I think she is a sidekick to Alexia. She would never be full-time again because she's a sidekick to Alexia. Same with Adriana. Adriana put herself as a sidekick too much. My thing with Kiki is I think with the scenes that she has been having, Kiki could definitely be full-time. The only thing about Kiki is I think that the part that she's missing is being more vocal.
I'm to start college, but for me, he's always gonna be my baby. And you know, you get these worries like, is he gonna be able to cook by himself?
I feel like Kiki's just like, girl, I ain't got time, I'm leaving. Like the whole situation with Girl and Julia. So I'm gonna talk about Alexia sitting down with Gertie.
Defensive. I don't like a gang up, Gertie, and I'm not doing a gang up, but just stop.
I just feel helpless at this point because I don't feel like I'm being heard in this group.
So Gertie's basically, they're having a casual conversation, talk about everything that had happened. And, you know, Gertie's trying to explain herself, like, you know, with Julia, like, I don't really know what's going on with her. Like, she's over here mad with these lies, this, that, the third, blah, 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 blah. And Lexi's trying to, like, well, you know, I understand, you know, just kind of crazy, blah, blah, blah. Gertie's basically trying to tell her, like, girl, you know, nobody else stood up for me. Nobody did anything Why did Alexa get in you know, the confession like, well, this is the reason why people have a problem with Gertie, because Gertie just does too much. Gertie's just so extra. Gertie's just so
different rules for different people.
But I never said feel sorry for me. This is exactly why people have issues with Gertie, because she gets so defensive that you can't even tell her anything.
a girl. The only thing extra about Gertie is the fact that she dresses horrible fucking well. That's probably it. Outside that, y'all bitches be over here, I 451. Oh, my, you know, girl, what are we talking about? Please, the fuck. So I'm just like, and the fact that you did nothing, it just goes to show what we all know.
I also feel that with Alexia, instead of her sitting down to listen to Gertie, she is taking what she's saying and saying that she's defensive. Just because you give her an action to, oh, we should do this, do that, and she doesn't want to do that, or she counters your point, doesn't mean she's defensive. Now, don't get me wrong, Gertie likes to interrupt people while they're talking, and that would be irritating. But it's a conversation.
Alexa, you really not that girl. And to be honest, you fake as fuck. Because if you felt that way about the whole Gertie thing, you should have said something in the moment.
And people talk that on to people's, the opportunity to really talk about, the way they feel. I feel like that's what you need to do with Julia.
But we're going to check your temperature when Stephanie comes on. In the comments, y'all was real spooky talk about Stephanie this and the third. Mind y'all, I don't know the backstory on Stephanie. I don't know this woman from a hole in the wall. So when I speak on characters on a show, I view it as characters. If I see you out in the street and I don't like you on the show, I might like you in the person because I don't know you are. It's an edited show. You're being edited to fit a mode of the storyline that they're trying to build, right? So when people come on like, oh, I don't like this person, I don't like this person. Girl, I don't know these people. Oh, Julia and Grudy, they sit down and...
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But you threw it back at me and betrayed my trust. So what kind of friend are you?
Because I'm looking at Julia is like, I want to sit here and apologize to you and, really come to a common ground on what had happened. I felt triggered and I felt, you said stuff about me that really hurt me. And I would have said, Gertie was just like, well, you said stuff too, so it's tit for tat. I would have said, girl, you threw a drink on me. And in some states, bitch, that's an assault.
And went on a cruise. That's true. You said you left me and I made it for Paris to make a facelift and then I while Martina was doing this.
Yeah, you hurt me and I hurt you back. That's what happened.
You violated me and tried to embarrass me, and there's a fucking camera where I would say millions of people, but at this point it's probably a couple thousand, 100,000 people over here looking, and it's just embarrassing. Just because you won the moment, just because you want to try to get, really try to secure your spot. Julia, she lame for me. She whack, and I have nothing for her. At the end of the day, Gertie, to be honest, I know the type of person I am. I will get you. I'm an eye for an eye type of person, and I'm trying to work on that, but I will get you worse than you got me.
This was a night that I never wished happen, and I tried my best to say, please, not to, stop it, and it wouldn't, and it was a nightmare, and I hope we learn from it.
I just feel like having her throw a drink in her face and then just be like, well, Gertie, the reason why I did this was because you provoked me. And like I said before, how did Gertie provoke you to do anything when you followed her, when you lunged at her, when you put your fingers in her face? Girl, what are we talking about? You were the provoker, bitch. Just having this goddess theme party, and everybody's supposed to show up. So they all get on the sprinter. They're sitting on the sprinter for about 2 hours. First of all, Kiki and her son, they go out for they go out for lunch, and Kiki, they're basically talking to her son about college, this and the third. Larsa shows up. It's a really good moment to see more of Kiki. We're getting a lot of scenes of Kiki every episode. We get about 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes scenes of Kiki, and I really like this. I think this is really building her up to being a great full-time housewife. However, I do feel like this show has such amazing friends that it just makes sense.
Psychology. I'm gonna branch out into something else, probably like sociology too.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Oh.
Why'd you have to do that?
I'm taking your man.
No. So, we'll see. But the whole goddess party that Alexia is throwing for the girls. She wants them all to show up. You know, Stephanie is in the mix, and I have no issue with Stephanie. I like her candor. I like the fact that she's very, you know, boisterous, and she, you know, speaks her mind.
I have to go to the bathroom before we get going.
She's a businesswoman. She's a leader. She is a boss, and I relate to all those, you know, character traits. So I'm just like, okay, girl, do your thing. So she basically comes in, and you know, everybody's on the Sprinter Man. It's at 12 o'clock. One of my biggest pet peeves is I don't like waiting for no bitch. I don't. That is the quickest way to get on my bad list, and I understand that with Stephanie. And mind you, it's like maybe it's because of work. Like I work in such a fast pace, and everything is constantly changing. Where it's just like I don't have time just to sit around and just waste my time. My time is money, and girl, I'm always chasing the bag. So after 2 hours of them sitting on the Sprinter Van, to be honest, we would have left.
Alexia's waiting for us. We've been doing this since 2011. I know, so I don't want to be a part of. That's her. No, I know.
After an hour, I would give it an hour, but then maybe 30 to 45 minutes, we would have left. Like, girl, I gotta go. Like, you can catch an Uber and come on. Like, I don't got time. Like, who is Lisa? So for them sitting there for 2 hours, and then just for them to just be like, yeah, this is just what she does. But nobody said nothing. Y'all just gonna let Stephanie say it, but nobody said nothing. Let's look at Marisol. I'm like, Marisol, for you to even use that example, like, you know, we all been saying this for 13 years, and like, what's funny? You let this bitch get away with this shit? Who the fuck is Lisa Hawkstein?
Stephanie said what we all wanted to say. For how long have we known her? 13 years now? Monkey's always late. So
girl, you're rude, you're disrespectful, and you want to talk about as self-centered Larsa is. Hell yeah, Larsa is. But baby, you are too. So she gets on the Sprinter Van like,
hi, goddesses. Hi, goddesses.
Everybody. Yeah. So Stephanie basically told her, she was like, Lisa, do you think that your time is more valuable than ours?
Lisa, do you think your time's more important than all of ours? Or do you think that you're like more valuable? Are we supposed to like celebrate?
Lisa's like, no. She's like, okay, so do you think that, you know, making people wait on you hand and foot, you think that's what we should do? Mind you, straight to the point, clear questions. She was like, no. She was like, first of all, I don't even know who you are. She was like, that's fine, you don't have to know who I am, but what I do know is that you're rude. She was like, first of all, you don't need to talk to me like that. Girl, Stephanie said, first of all, you were 2 hours late.
Again, that is rude.
Don't be late 2 hours and make us wait.
Don't talk to me like
that. Don't be late 2 hours.
I don't even know you and you're talking to me like...
And you are fucking rude. She's like, you don't talk. And Lisa kills me with this because I'm just like, you do the white woman thing. How the fuck are you the victim when you made everybody in this van plus production wait? Now she said, oh, well, I told them they can leave. But Lisa, you starting to give me a liar because you just said Jody was over here screaming and hollering at Larsa. I don't know.
And the fact that Jody knows more about your husband building your house and your personal information than you is a problem for me. Because you're going to end up in a situation where you're being taken advantage of and just being like, I didn't know. What happened? You choose not to know. And you choose just to be ignorant.
I don't know, girl. Something spooky is going on, girl. But moral of the story, I had no problem with what Stephanie did. And to be honest, everybody else should have said something too. Because she was just like, these are my friends. And the reason why I heard that you don't have friends. She's like, I don't have friends because girls act like bitches like you. I said, oh. Clear.
I'm not gonna lecture you. I'm apologizing. I'm explaining why I come this way.
But why it's a backhanded apology. It's not a real apology.
Do you want an apology or do you not want an apology? You take what I give you or you don't take it.
At the end of the day, a lot of these girls come onto this show and they be weak-minded. They over here want to suck up to the head girls in charge. No, I'm coming on, like I always tell people this. When I come into the show, yes, it's going to be more amped because at the end of the day, you're excited. Your endorphins are going, you know, the adrenaline's going. So you're going to be more like excited and bubbly. But I'm coming on the show to be me. I'm not coming on the show to be liked. Like, I was looking at Big Brother, right? I'm about to do a reveal on that. But it's like, I'm not coming on the show to be anybody else but me. I don't give a fuck about if you don't like me or not. That's not my problem.
These boots were made for walking, and that's what they're going to do, right to my $750,000, okay?
I don't give a fuck about none of that. They're about, oh, I don't like him. That's fine, because you're still watching me. You're still watching me. But Stephanie cleared Lisa like she should, and Lisa just does the white woman cry. Like, girl, we're not about to over here feel no bad for you. She cleared you, and you're rude as fuck. Period. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a y'all and break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around. Cause